the border war between Kansas and Missouri is happening this weekend. The Jayhawks and the Tigers are going to be meeting in Mizzou. Now, Mizzou currently leads us 56-55 to 9. So they've tied 9 times. Mizzou's won 56. Jayhawks have won 55. Now, the Big Eight forfeited the 1960 Kansas win, so yeah, a statistical tie. Eli Drinkowitz is, he's got his team firing on all cylinders. Matter of fact, he probably, in 2023, he probably could have ended up going to the college football playoff if his record had been good. Lance Leopold had a down year last year, but has worked really hard, taking Kansas to 2 bowl games, and in 2023 had a really good season, 9-4. Now, Eli Drinkowitz has won a conference title. Okay, so it was the Sun Belt Conference, and it was with App State. Lance Leopold won a conference title and national championships at Washington Whitewater, which is a Division III team. He got division titles at Buffalo. He was 109-6 at Wisconsin Whitewater. Sorry. At Buffalo, he was 37-33, and he's currently 24-28. Eli Drinkowitz, as a head coach, is currently 51-25, 39-24 in the SEC, and 12-1 with App State. So they're leading their teams into one of the bigger rivalries that few people talk about and that doesn't get played enough. So let's get in this game. Also, hit like and subscribe for me for some good college sports. Here we go.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
We're going to start out with the Kansas Jayhawks, who are currently 2-0. They beat Fresno State 31-7 and Wagner 46-7. The Fresno State one was a little bit more impressive than Wagner, but they were warming up. Jalen Daniels, their quarterback, has got 456 passing yards. 36 of 45, 80% completion rate. He's got 7 TDs, 1 interception so far, and been sacked once. So their offensive line, against lesser opponents, was holding up pretty good. Daniel Hershaw Jr. is their leading running back and rusher. 27 carries, 158 yards, 1 TD. Jalen Daniels got 11 rushes for 65 yards. Emmanuel Henderson, their wide receivers, got 9 receptions for 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cam Pickett, another wide receiver, 8 catches, 106 yards, 3 TDs. This is primarily a passing offense with some rushing in there. Not heavily with the rushing. Daniel Hershaw is making advantages when they can, and Jalen Daniels is showing that he can be somewhat of a dual threat quarterback. Now, on the defensive side, you've got Trey Lathan. He's had 6 solos, 6 assists, no sacks. They've had 6 sacks on the year so far, 101 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 at the hands of Lyric Rawls, a safety, and the other at Devin Dye, another safety. There's 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return. Their defense is I'm wondering how they're going to match up against a Mizzou team that is, well, kind of experienced and sounding like they're doing pretty good considering. Okay, yeah, they have one win, but I wonder how this defense is going to handle a Mizzou team that is going to be actively and seriously talked about for college football playoff quite often. So let's take a look at Mizzou. Now, when it comes to Mizzou, Bo Prabula, sorry, Prabula, sorry, 23 of 28, 82.1 completion rate, 283 yards. He's got two touchdowns. One, he's only been sacked once. Well, passing, he's only had two touchdowns. Matt Zoller's backup quarterback's 3 of 3 and has a touchdown. Ahmad Hardy is their leading rusher. He's 10 carries, 100 yards. Think about that. 10 yards average when he gets the ball. Only got one touchdown, though. Bo Prabula, I don't know how come I keep messing up his name. 10 carries, 65 yards, two touchdowns. And Marquise Davis has got 5 for 10 with one touchdown. Then you've got receiving Marquise Johnson, 5 receptions, 134 yards. Think about that. 5 receptions, 134 yards, but only one touchdown. I don't see how that one works out. Jude James, a tight end, 1 for 40 for one touchdown. Brett Norfleet, 3 for 9 for 1 yard. So their offense is, looking like an Eli Drinkowitz offense. They're a pretty balanced one. Looks like they've got a quarterback who can throw pretty dang well. Got uh, a running back who is a stud, and they got some wide receivers that look like they know how to do their job. Primarily Marquise Johnson. On defensive side, they've only played one game, one forced fumble, one recovery, two sacks, one interception. This all came on a 61-6 drubbing of Central Arkansas. So you're talking about this is a team that's looking like an Eli Drinkowitz team. He's an offensive-minded individual anyway. So you've got a pretty balanced look here when it comes to the offense and defense. Their defense is, ready for an SEC season. Dante McClellan had their one interception, 83-yard for a touchdown. Think about that for a minute. We have a linebacker that caught an interception, ran it all the way back. This is, and they get a Manning at wide receiver. Uh, Not any kin, most likely, but still. Uh, it's a pretty interesting team if you look at them. Now, look, this is a Kansas team and a coach that they're slowly getting it to where they need to be. They're in a Big 12 conference that is pretty tough on everybody. It could go either way with a lot of the games in the Big 12. But you're also looking at this is the border war. It's a big deal. Teams step up for big deal games. Now, saying that, at the same time, Mizzou's got higher quality everything there when it comes to players, when it comes to coaching staff, in my opinion. And I'm not saying anything bad about Lance Leopold. I'm just saying this is the facts. Kansas is a basketball school. He's 24 and 28. Think about that. In the Big 12, he's 24 and 28. And I'm not saying Big 12's not a tough conference. I'm just saying that's what his record is. He's used to winning, though. Multiple NCAA Division III championships. Went to the game 7 times and only lost once. At Buffalo, won 2 divisional championships or division titles, which is pretty tough to do in the MAC. This is going to be a hard matchup, but in all honesty, I think Mizzou will win at the end of the day. I think this is going to be a Mizzou win. I don't have any problem saying that. I don't think Kansas is quite got the juice to go all the way, even though they have had 2 wins. Hey, and crazy things have happened, but I don't see Mizzou being able to go all the way. They could be, and it's not anything against Mizzou or against Kansas. Sorry, I'm not saying anything bad about Kansas. That's the way I'm looking at it. But you tell me what you think. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.